we go. We
Do you,
are
remember,
live.
did you remember to do it twice?
Oh yes, I did. I did. No, I pressed the wrong button. That was for the window. Oh, I need to change the window. But yeah, it was the window.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Man, see, Johnny. Sorry, Johnny already responded. So yeah, ghetto. We're we're for sure on. We're 100% on.
We're on like Donkey Kong. Are we? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then before anything, in honor of Johnny, because I can see his comment in the chat. So, uh, Johnny. So my opinions on Megan Fox and Natara. How am I feeling? I didn't see the trailer. Natara doesn't look like her old design. Not even close. Megan Fox. She's attractive looking, but she's not like she's. You know what? She'll probably do a better job than Ronda Rousey as Sonya Blade. That's my that's my standards for her. If she can act better than Ronda Rousey in MK11, then fine. But still, yeah, no, that Natara design, yeah, whatever, take it or leave it. That's just, anyways. Anyways, we got past that. I don't care enough about Natara, other than the fact that she had a neat design, and I remember playing her in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on the GameCube years ago. But other than that, I don't have strong opinions one way or the other. Anyways, had to get that out of the way for good old Johnny. Anyways, welcome, folks, to episode 161 of the Hack JAC Show. I am the generally beautiful and moronic hack.
And I am your cringy VTuber, Jack.
And we are here to ruck. I was trying to go for a rhyme, but I couldn't think of anything. I was gonna say we're gonna make you cause some fear, but I didn't make. It's not October yet. I'm going ahead of myself.
And we are back. Close
Wait,
enough?
we're back.
No, is that
Nani?
no? Like the rhyme. We could just say that.
No, no. Forget it. Forget abort joke. Abort it. We're moving on. Oh
Plan
man,
B.
we're so out of practice. It's been what, 3, maybe 4 weeks since the last episode.
Yeah, yeah. I think we
Oh
used up too
man.
many vacation days on our seasonal plan here.
I I know the our HR department, which may or may not be run by Alex and or Millie.
It's
They're
probably
gonna have a
Millie.
word. They're gonna have a word with us after the stream about our vacation days.
Yeah, I know Millie's having issues with me. I stole
Oh
her
my god!
cookies
Why'd you steal the woman's cookies?
because she wasn't eating them.
Uh, yeah, but you should have asked. You don't just take. You're not a thing. You can't just take another woman's
It's
cookies.
my house, my rules.
Not unless you bring a woman in. It doesn't even have to be a
Oh yeah,
woman
I
you're
forgot.
romantically involved with. Once you bring a woman inside, it's like a vampire. Once you elect them in, it's pretty much their place. Speaking of vampires, hey Blue, how you doing?
Damn, you're calling her a vampire?
No, I'm just saying that she probably runs her household like a vampire. We got a comment. Is Jack the Cookie Monster?
Probably, but throughout this whole week, I was more of the fried chicken monster. I ate too much fried chicken.
I saw those messages on your server. I, I was tempted to go in and go. And you didn't invite me. You
I
good?
was even I was thinking of saving some for you, but I don't exactly know where you live. I know the immediate area, but not
You,
exactly.
you could just ask. Just be like, hey, heck, I made too much fried chicken. You want some? And I'm like, sure. All right. Send me your address. I'm gonna go deliver it to you. Boom, done.
You know
That's
what?
all you
I'll do
had to
that next
do.
time. Besides, I keep hearing an echo from your side. By the way, I'm sorry.
Oh, you do? Hold on.
Every
Let
now
me.
and then, like where I raise my voice to a certain level.
Mm, okay, hold on. Give me I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Fix on my setup. Go ahead, Jack. Uh, dangle the keys in front of the audience while I fix this up. Be right back.
Yes, the jingle, jingle, jangle. You know, I swear to God, that last for those that were in my stream, we were literally talking about that, where we were talking about how, oh, we need to, everyone inside the group for because we were playing Fortnite. Everyone inside the group has some kind of weird attention disorder. I'm not gonna say I have one, but I suspect. I suspect that I have some type of ADHD. And literally, one of us said, "Hey, everyone, we need each other. Everyone, pile up." No one was listening until someone said, "Jingle, jingle, 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 jangle. Everyone, come on, pile up." How come that worked? Where everyone points, looks at the person that's asking, and we all walk towards them. So yeah, that's definitely gonna work. So
Because
if
you're a
it
bunch
works
of
for
sheep.
yeah, if it works for you, you might need to check yourself with a therapist.
Oh, also, I don't want to miss this. Because of your fried chicken skills, Jack. Ghetto has now dubbed you Jaquante.
Hell yeah, another person called me Jaquante. Add another mark to the chalkboard. I swear.
Well, well, I I swear that before we know it, I think we might gaslight everyone to thinking we're actually black, or
I
heck,
apparently,
we might gaslight ourselves.
I apparently, and this might be weird. I apparently gaslit one of my Twitch viewers to think that I was feminine presenting, or pretty much like, I guess going for like the, I guess
Feminine
trend.
presenting.
I don't know. Whenever we were talking,
I believe the word you're looking for is flamboyant.
no, no, no. Like, whenever she was talking during that group thing in Fortnite, she kept referring to me with she, like saying she and her. And I'm like, and she says, "I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep calling you she, her." I'm like, "Am I that feminine to you?" It's like, yes, yes. I'm like,
Jack,
damn.
Jack in his feminine energy.
Like, just because I am sarcastic, that means I'm feminine.
No, no, it's not sarcastic. It's because you are catty.
I'm catty.
You're catty.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I forget because it's spelled with I believe it's spelled with two D's. Hold on, or two, is
Let,
it two or
let's
is it two T's?
let's
I
find
know,
out.
I
We
know.
have the power of the internet. Let's find out.
We have the technology.
We're not cavemen. We have technology.
No, oh wait, no, wait, cat. I think caddy with the caddy with the T. Yeah, it's with the T. Never mind. Caddy with the
Caddy.
D's is relates to golf. Hold on.
I was about to say, let's see.
Uh,
Slide. No.
resembling a cat, especially slyly or spiteful or malicious.
I am malicious.
Yes, you're malicious.
I am a cat. You know what? That's gonna be it. If I can find a way to make that happen, I'm gonna make that happen.
Jack the cat.
Johnny, what the fuck?
Now hold
That-
on, Johnny. Now hold on. I see what it says. First off, Jack's not from Thailand. Let's get this first off. There's no
Oh yeah,
bang talking going on here tonight.
yeah.
Not yet, at least.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, I still I still remember that conversation. You know what I'm talking about, Jack. With in Thailand,
Yep.
how to know. Oh, the Navy makes you do weird things.
Very weird things.
That's yeah, but that's what happens when you have a lot of seamen in one place.
Heyo.
But
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I don't have my voice, the soundboard working, because for some reason, anytime I open up the soundboard, it now erases all the buttons. Like, it has the pictures of the buttons, but it raises the the folder and the sound bit that I assigned them to. I forgot you could do that with Discord. Oh my God! Hold on. Hold on.
Now
We're
I have the power.
no, no. We both have the power. What's this one? Oh, I have
You.
Popo's laugh. Oh, it's a bit long.
Oh,
It's a bit long. But
when you said Popo, I forgot what you meant. I,
Popo.
you know what that? Oh no. Oh, Blue makes a sigh.
Perfect.
No, no, we're not. No, we'll move along. We'll move along. We'll disappoint her by talking about old YouTube channels no one cares about anymore, or at least not compare what they used to be. Uh, hey Jack, since you made that little popo sound thing,
Hmm.
uh, I'm, have I'm guessing have you noticed that technically Team 4 Star have been dubbing the Boo Saga?
Yep. Yep. I did see the boobits, as they call them.
Apparently they made enough that people are compiling them into like 12-minute video.
And the one thing is, I see it and I see the potential of what could have been the Boo Saga, and I'm kind of mad because it was perfect. But at the same time, hey, if they say that they couldn't do anything with the scenes, be my guest.
Be my guest. But I didn't check him out because my what is it? My interest in Team 4 Star, the used to be famous a bridge YouTube channel that dubbed like the first like the famous for doing a comedic dub of Dragon Ball Z, at least from the beginning to the end of the Cell Saga. I think what it was is that interest waned for me as interests change as you do, and as well the fact that near the end of what would be their final episodes of dubbing the show, it was taking too long and getting ridiculous of how long it took them to do the Cell Saga, and at a
Hmm.
certain point, this is I don't think I don't think enough people share this sentiment. So this is just strictly for me. At a certain point, it felt less like them making fun of the show and them having essentially their own fan fiction of the show. But not,
It pretty much was, to be honest.
yeah.
At least for me,
Which
as well.
and you know what's funny though? Uh,
Hmm.
when I look back at when they dubbed the Sand Saga, I did not realize, Jack. I did not realize just of how much they were just ripping off Adult Swim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then do you remember when they had that competition where they wanted to where they said like, hey, you know, we'll offer a grand prize for anyone who does their own abridged video, and if we like yours we'll give you a prize or whatever.
Hmm.
Do you remember which one won?
I don't actually.
So guess what, out of all the people who put in their submissions for Team 4 Stars little competition, the one that won, which apparently was the funniest to them, uh which kind of shows me of where their humor lies in, like fundamentally, was when when someone did an abridged a video of Star Trek the animated series, like the one Star Trek show rarely anyone talks about,
Uh,
and I saw it and I admit I laughed, but watching that show, it really was like how early Adult Swim was with especially with Space Ghost Coast to Coast,
mhm.
and I forget what the one with the ocean one. I forget what that one was called. I think
Ocean one?
Sea Lab 2021 or something like that. I think no, it's called Sea Lab.
Oh, I think I remember
Like
which one you're talking about.
where pretty much it's those shows were essentially professional abridgings because they will use actual animations like from those old 60s TV shows, but just
Yeah.
redubbing new dialogue and do some like like very rudimentary animation for whatever jokes they do. That's the one they
Yeah,
pick because it reminds them so much of that era, and it makes sense because that's the era of like comedy and cartoons that they grew up with.
yeah, true.
And I don't fault them for it because those shows for the most part still hold up, especially Space Ghost. And just recently, during my off time, just to relax, I was binge watching Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law,
Hmm.
and unexpectedly ended up watching almost through to the entire end of the series. Like I literally stopped right before spoiler alert, right before the main character dies in the final episode. Oh my gosh. Oh man. But it, but yeah. Anyways, it's I actually do wonder because I know 10 years ago, the genre of abridged series kind of died. Had to not die down, but it slowed down tremendously due to copyright. Because only in the early days of YouTube could you get away with using so many copyrighted material to make silly jokes, so that I don't know Naruto can say an f bomb, or Goku can do a fart or whatever.
Hmm.
And then a lot of companies real uh really got extremely control over those properties during the 2010s, and because of that, that type of and but because of that, you would think that type of entertainment, or a YouTube video will go away, but it kind of has come back in a different form. At least from a few notable channels I've seen, where instead of just using like actual footage from the show, I see some like who's that channel? Oh gosh, he did like a lot of ones with the Justice League. Or no, not the Justice League, the Super Friends. The Super Friends. Solid JJ, I think that's his name. You know what I'm talking about?
No, not at all. I'm terrible with names. You're gonna have to remind me who that is.
Oh, okay. Have you seen? Dang it. Okay. Have you seen a video where uh where it's a short video of how Batman got kicked out of the Justice League, because he wouldn't let Wonder Woman join because she's a woman.
I did not see that, but that's hilarious.
It's even more hilarious because they use the old Super Friends version of the characters from the 70s, and the person, Solid JJ, he does a pretty good job at mimicking the type of voice acting they did during that time,
Hmm.
which is very bombastic and very uh o- bombastic, over the top, and corny,
Oh,
which
I
is what
see.
a lot of superhero shows during the 60s, 70s, and into the 80s. There were a lot like that. So he kind of has brought back that abridging style a bit, except it's much more shorter, condensed, and instead of just trying to use full on clips from the show, they just kind of it's literally just still image with impact tech. That's it.
You know, it kind of. I just when you were saying when you were talking about that, it kind of reminded me of something. Weirdly enough, it's not. It's tangential, but it's there.
Okay.
Do you remember the abridge? And I'm gonna classify it as an abridge because it kind of is of Dragon Ball Z with the Ford Focus.
Oh, yes. I know. It was the Ford Fusion.
Real? Oh wait. I see. I see
Or at least
people. I
maybe
think it was Ford Focus here. Let me
or
see. Hold
maybe
on.
it was both. It could be both, but I remember. So if you don't know what Jack is talking about, many moons ago, many moon cycles ago, there Ford, like the car manufacturer, somehow whoever worked in their marketing department decided to be very do a very silly type of the video advertisement. I never seen this on TV, so I only know this happened only on the internet. I'll be shocked if it happened on TV. It probably
No,
was broadcasted on
it did.
TV.
It
Oh, it
did.
did.
I remember
Okay.
one day in Saturday, I was sitting down and I'm like, oh, wow, I'm in the middle of watching Dragon Ball. That's cool. And then the Ford Focus comes into view and commies look at him like, what is happening here?
Yeah. So again, it's with So they, so Ford somehow got permission from Toei to reuse old Dragon Ball Z footage to use in their ad for a Ford Focus or Ford Fusion. I think they did the Ford Fusion when they did the episode where Goten and Trunks fused together.
Oh,
But instead of
yeah.
becoming Gotenks, they just become a Ford Fusion.
Let me see. Ford. Yes, yes, you're right.
Yep. And they also did another one with Sailor Moon, but I know less about that one. I think I saw it once, and that was it. And I was in a similar situation to Jack, where these random ads just popped up when I was on YouTube one day, and I had to like do a double take as if like the that
Oh,
I just saw
okay.
what I saw was real,
That
and it was. And they even bothered to get like the Funimation actors to redo their characters for these silly ads. And when it comes to Sailor Moon, they got the old 80s or 90s, whenever your Sailor Moon came over to the States, they got that actress to reprise her role as Usagi.
you know, are we allowed to show it? Because I kind of want to see it again on
Uh,
stream.
n- nah, it's not worth it.
Dang.
It's not worth
Just
it.
look it up yourselves, guys. It's a fever dream.
And also, Get also reminded me that Geico did a similar thing with Speed Racer. oh, I I still think it's funny, Jack. I still think it's funny that when it comes to Speed Racer and Voltron, those like the only two animes I know of that that America cared more than Japan.
Yeah, I did notice that. To the point
That's
where
that's
Speed Racer got its own movie here.
oh well, yeah. By the Wachowskis, no less. I think well that definitely was not the first
The Kachowskis.
anime movie adaptation, but it's definitely one that actually they put in the effort than before. Which I actually kind of want to check that out because I remember being lambasted at the time, but I think I've seen a lot of people come around on it and pretty much say that hey, look, it it's based on Speed Racer and they make it as over the top and very much very anime ish like an anime, and that
Ooh.
people didn't get at the time. Well, there's not a lot
Uh,
of ooh ahs, none of that.
I
But also,
know, I know.
but I also still think that the name Racer X is probably one of the best names a character could have.
Yeah, I don't know. I think to me
It's
it kind
it's
of
it's so simple, but it works.
I don't know. I think it's gotten to the point where it's well nowadays it feels overrated, almost like the equivalent of a gamer tag adding X's.
Well, you could thank Microsoft for that,
True.
and also Blue. Yes, it's not worth it. I don't want to be copyright struck. Go watch it yourselves.
It's what do you mean it's not worth it? You know, Hack always loves to tease.
That's what she said.
Ayo.
Speaking of ladies, I've been caught lacking. I've not been drawing my French muse lately.
I remember that one tweet that you put in like I just realized I've been drawing a French woman for a week.
No, not for a week. For about for like more than a month.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
Because
oh.
I still have all my I still have all my drawings of Manon from Street Fighter 6, and you know I'm on number 8. You know,
Mhm.
it's good to see my progress. She now doesn't look so hideous like my first attempt, but it's just recently I haven't made time to just sit down and just draw her portrait.
You
But
know,
I'm gonna
I'll.
have
Oh
but
wait.
I'll probably have to uh fix that soon.
Johnny calling you down bad for that, I think.
Jo- not in the way that not in the way he thinks. It's although it's kind of funny. I don't know if I like her because I like her design or I like her gameplay. I don't know. Maybe a mix of
You do
both.
have that weird like it's not obsession like as in a love a crush, but also it's not like a yeah. You just give off that vibe where you're like you're not really sure why you like the character, but you like the character.
Oh, Blue recommends draw while you stream. It's what I do. I'm not gonna put a camera on my hands and start drawing. And also, I tend to be at the very least, because I'm not used to multitasking in that way. It's gonna be very hard for me to draw while I stream. So I really just need something to listen to while I just go back and forth because her freaking nose is so hard to nail down. Anyways, like you gotta make that. You can't make it a big schnoz, but you can't make a little cute little button. No, it's gotta be a strong French nose, but not a disgustingly strong French nose.
You know, speaking of your tweets, I was gonna ask you because I
Oh,
was very confused.
oh,
What
oh,
was that whole deal with the Beatles?
I was just no, I was just making fun of those. I was just making fun of those groups of people who
Oh, okay.
have a hate boner for the Beatles.
Okay,
Like
because
not
I'm
just
like,
dislikes, like not just dislikes them. You can dislike them, I don't care. But like the few those people who just hate that they exist, that they hate that they're popular, and no matter what song of theirs they play, they hate it with such utter distaste.
okay, because I'm like, this is obviously sarcasm, but what if it's that 1%, and then he snapped, and I don't know him anymore.
Yes, no, yes. I snap after I listened to Sergeant Pepper for the 500th time, and it was on that 501st time that I realized, oh, this album's quite shite, isn't it?
I'm like, dang,
But
how am I
which by the way,
gonna? Mhm.
I have not listened to Sergeant Pepper for 500 times. More like
Yet,
234.
see exactly yet.
Yeah, so I still need to get there. I still need to get there. But no, it was yeah. It's obviously just for fun and being very not sarcastic. Hold on, got gotta look up a word.
Satire.
No,
So,
not even not even
it's not
satire.
satirical. I
No,
would
it's
have
not.
thought it was satirical.
No, it's me being. Hold on, let me make sure I'm using this word right.
Hmm. We're gonna
Oh,
learn a
okay,
new word, guys.
I'm
The new
I'm
word for the
being
week.
I'm the word of the day is sardonic.
I forgot about that word. Okay, bringing
Yes,
back the SAT words here.
yes, which means, folks, if you don't know, characterized by bitter or scorn for derision, mocking, sneering, or cynical.
Facetious is
Yeah,
also a good one too.
it
It's
is
also a
it
good
is a pretty good one, but no, it's more sardonic.
one. What I think we need to have like a what was it called? A Sesame Street style pop up that has the word, and then we sing a song about it.
Nah, nah. Or do Pee Wee's Big Playhouse. Rest in peace, Paul Rubens. Where if you say the word, we just all scream like madmen. If say the
Uh,
secret word, that's what he did in that show. If you say the secret word, the entire house screams. And I
huh?
don't mean the people in the house. I mean the actual house.
That is terrifying.
Not really. Not for a child of that era. Because if everything has eyeballs, you just kind of get used to.
Yeah, everything. Yep.
like a banjo kazooie game.
Yep. Totally.
Get those comments. He's a guy. Get out of here. These n words making me learn shit. We're talking about every episode. We're learning something. We got some class to us.
You know,
All those times
it's gonna be
I I'll bring up high art. or we'll
Wait, wait,
bring up.
wait. It's gonna be like that freaking Uncle Ruckus scene where he was trying to exercise the other guy. Read, read.
as as the rest of us are beating ghetto with belts. No, I like to think we're a high class channel because we're a high class sophisticated people. We just
So high
hide it.
class.
Oh yes, we just cleverly hide it so that people don't judge us and think we're snooty.
Oh.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh,
You know, I got me some tea right now.
oh, is it barley?
It's hibiscus.
Oh, oh, now you know reminded us of
What?
family, old Family Guy joke where Peter says, "Man, I haven't felt this high class since I saw British porn."
Oh my god. I
And
don't
then it,
remember that one.
oh, it's and it cut. When he says that, it cuts away to this British couple in bed,
Hmm.
and and in which the gentleman asks his wife, Do you wish to perform coitus in bed, dear? Yes, yes, I would love to. Hmm, I changed my mind. I'd rather not. Johnny, uh, hold on, I missed on Johnny's comment here. Since Hacks Tutor is a trip for real, for real. It's not that. You know what? Damn it. What if to use slang? What if my Twitter account is scaring all the hoes away?
You know? Okay, if you okay, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna visually look at my Twitter and look at your Twitter.
Oh, this would be great. It will be outstanding.
Okay, let's see. My Twitter. Uh memes. Memes and reminders of streams. Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally memes, reminders of streams. That's all it is. And the more occasional uh animal pictures. Now let's go to hacks.
Oh man. Oh,
Uh
despite the fact everyone can see what I tweet, I feel like I'm being publicly shamed. Like
you
I'm
know,
not high, 'cause I got nothing to hide, but yet it still feels like it.
the one thing I really love about the choice of picture with that tweet about the triple whammy in the morning is that
Wait,
tired ass silver Sailor Moon that or
oh,
the character.
that's
Yeah.
Sailor Uranus, I believe.
Yeah, the Sailor Moon character is just
Oh,
tired.
it's
You could see the bags in her eyes, the cigarette, drinking a
oh, it's a
beer, sitting in a corner.
oh yes, yeah. It's a great. I have that picture saved in my collection. It's a great picture to use. My
Also,
meme.
my favorite tweet is the freaking interaction with you and the other and some other guy saying stealing the last piece of cheesecake like and then you coming out with a samurai mariachi man followed by
uh,
jokes on you, I already ate it, and Vegeta getting his ass kicked going damn it.
well, at least I know how to have fun for myself.
It's
Helps
amazing. I love it. I love it.
hel- helps me keep sane under the 110-degree Texas sun as it burns my skin, peels my nails, and corrupts my soul.
Damn. A little bit
Anyways,
melodramatic, aren't you?
no, that's how it feels like when you're out there in the Texas heat. The only thing worse is going to Brazil.
I don't know. What about the
uh,
women in Brazil? Oh wait, never mind. I forgot their
oh,
tea is not
hold
that
on, hold
great.
on. Oh,
Their tea is
Johnny, I
not that
said
great.
to say. Johnny, I said to say. He says heck is normal 70% of the time, but then once in a blue teddy moon, this man wakes up with a rabid dog in him and posts the wildest, most random thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
And you know what's the best part about that, Johnny? You know what's the best part? As soon as I tweet it, I forget all about it. As if it never happened.
You see, it's the Dr. Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh no. Oh no, but is hack Oh wait, no wait. But Jack, the question is hack my Jekyll or is hack my Hyde?
I don't know. I think Jack is your Jekyll. Yes, me.
You're my Jack. You're my Jekyll.
I Hack is your Jekyll because
You know what? You know what? If you compare Twitter accounts, yeah, you more of a Jekyll. I'm definitely the Hyde.
yeah, but then my Twitch is not so much.
That's when you become the Wolf Man and you go.
Yeah, that's when I become the furry. Apparently, the Wolf Man.
Look, I ain't calling you that. All right, I'm trying to be classy here. You're the one who brought up Fertilicious.
Hey, I brought it up because of things on Twitch. Also,
Uh, hold on. Yellow says, "See hack and to a major extent, Virgo treat Twitter the way everyone should." Not seriously at all. Yeah, that's yeah. It's the is that fact that you know I'm sure these tweets one day will come back to bite me, but right now I ain't tweeting. I ain't tweeting like there is no consequence for the most part. You know, I'm saying outrageous things, but I'm not. But I'm not being criminal about it. Nor am I retweeting gore or stuff like that. So I just whatever's on my mind, and is not something that's artistic. Just put it out there, and who knows? Maybe my follower count will go down by one that day. Or actually, at this point, I think everyone just ignores what I have to say, and it's really just only like 5 people who not even like what I say, but go like, "Hey, hack, you okay there? You holding up?" Saw that tweet. I saw you tweet. I saw that tweet of yours. You know, we just want to see you're good, and I'm like, and all I can, and right, and all I can think is like, oh yeah, no, I'm doing good. You know, working out. Uh,
Is this a
just took a
reference to what's?
shower.
Is this? Are you trying to say something about what happened recently? Where I'm like, "Yeah, you okay, dude? You okay?"
Oh no, I'm just making a making a generalization. Like
A bit on the news. Coincidentally,
uh, it's only a bit on the nose for you because you don't have a nose. You're
I
like
don't.
Krillin.
Oh no.
You
Well,
got
at least I
holes.
can never smell. At least I don't have to smell things.
You got holes like Patrick.
Oh, that's even weirder.
I can still I can still visualize it. Not you, but Patrick clean his nose.
Ah, yes. Thank you for the specification.
Not to get too nasty.
Hmm.
I'll try to not try to keep it clean in terms of
Okay.
hygiene. But I tried out a burger joint today. Worst decision
Hmm.
I made today.
Why?
Because what's I it's a new burger place. I seen it advertised. It looks neato, you know. Although freaking the price just for a standard is gonna be the most American thing I said. For it's just a standard burger, fries, and a drink cost me 20 bones.
Damn.
I know. Cost about 20 bones for all of that. Sit down. The burger is actually, it's pretty juicy. It's tender, and it's not. It is, and I purposely chose their most basic burger because if a restaurant can't nail down the basic ingredients, then I should not trust them with the more extraordinary menu items.
Hmm.
And the fries, I think that's the first time I've been to a restaurant where they don't serve salted fries, which is interesting. They season it with something else and with some herbs. They're okay. Fries are 6 out of 10. In any case, the meal itself was not nothing. What was nothing too memorable. I was one of those weirdos. Those freaks of nature who enjoys eating restaurants by themselves. At least according to Twitter. and and I'm done. I feel satisfied. I go and do grocery shop and make it home. And then all of a sudden, I feel it, Jack. I feel it.
Hmm.
You know what is it that I felt?
What?
I felt the Titanic wanting to escape my body.
Oh,
And
we got
so,
to that point in our streaming career.
hey, I'm not being explicit.
No, no,
The
yeah,
po-
yeah, but it's one of those milestones. It literally is a milestone where eventually, after a while, a streamer will talk about their bowel movements. Eventually.
yeah, but I'm not gonna go into detail. All I could tell you is that the Titanic sunk, and just like the movie, Jack was flushed down the waters, and I thought to myself, man, I am never gonna experience that again because it was. I'm not going to that place back. That's the important part. I don't know if it was
Did
the
they
burger. I don't know if it was the fries. Wasn't the soda?
did they
Although
ask you if you wanted like something like I know some okay, judging by the price, did they ever ask you if you wanted how you wanted your burger cooked?
no,
Oh, that's just weird. I was
no,
gonna
I
expect there was like some kind of poisoning
the
with the food.
they definitely do something extra with their beef. But to answer Gail's question, I don't know. Uh, like I said, I just asked for like a plain old burger because that's how I was gonna judge it. And well, it failed, and I'm never going back to that place again. And when this stream is over, Jack, I'll tell you what the place is so you can avoid it. Just like that Tex-Mex place that almost killed you.
I swear, I hate that place. I hate it so much.
Do you want to
And
put them on blast, or you want to keep that to yourself?
I'm gonna keep it to myself because I think
All
it's
right.
local. It's local. But I
Okay.
swear, like the only thing is, I hate it because I'm not one to talk about stereotyping. How I relish it, but this was just like to the point where I'm like, this is kind of offensive. Kind of, yeah, it's kind of offensive. Literally, I walk in the front of the painted on the mural side of the restaurant. It's like something about green cards, and you can pass through. I'm like, okay. I walk in, every waitress white. I'm like, oh, I can tell this is not gonna be good Tex-Mex.
White with an H. White.
And then I look around me, not a single neon light that says Modelo Corona, nothing like a Mexican cerveza. It's just Bud Light. This is before the whole Bud Light fiasco, by the way. Bud Light. Uh,
Otherwise,
yeah, Budweiser. The whatever other American thing that they have. I don't look at beers, but and then I ordered a chimichanga, which is the most Tex-Mex thing you can order. How come when I got my chimichanga, the burrito was still wet? It is a chimichanga. A chimichanga is fried. It's a fried burrito. How do you not fry a burrito?
that is a very important question.
And then also the one thing that was kind of weird for me, which was the fact that I could have forgiven given all of that if on the menu it didn't have pricing in USD and then pricing in pesos. It had pricing in pesos as if the people were gonna buy it with pesos, and the prices were astronomical. It's like, oh yes, burrito, 15.25 in USD, pesos, 10,000 pesos. Like literally, they just put an arbitrary number in there. I'm like, okay, this is kind of
By the way, just so you guys have understanding, at the current rate of the Mexican peso compared to the US dollar, just to make sure I got it right, Jack, you said that 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 price you put it. Is it $15.35 for burrito?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In actual pesos, it would not be, what was it again?
I think it was. I said 1,000 or 10,000. Yeah, 1,000.
It would not be 1,000 pesos. It actually would be 266 pesos.
So you're paying 4 times more. But
Yeah.
either way, the joke was, oh yeah, we're Tex-Mex. We have Mexican stuff. I didn't see well, it was literally like I yes, that's all I'm gonna leave it at.
Like I said, it killed him, not through his stomach.
No, it killed me in my stomach too. If I would have
Oh, and
forgiven
it's at
all
his
of it,
stomach.
if I would have forgiven everything if the food was delicious. I literally came back. I saved what I had because I was just not feeling like eating it. Came back home and I told my parents, "Hey, if you guys want this, you can go ahead and have it. I didn't really like it so much." And then my parents go, "Well, if you didn't like it, then we're not gonna like it either. We're gonna like it even worse."
Ah,
I had to
restaurants.
throw it away.
Uh, this is a great way to go to our sponsor, Hello Fresh. That actually would be a good moment to transition to a sponsor if we had.
The only one I would never do is Raid Shadow Legends. I tried their game. I actually did try their game. I didn't like it.
It was ass.
It was. I kind of feels bad. I enjoy gacha games because maybe it's because I'm lucky. I don't know, but the
He didn't.
characters
He,
feel kind of slow to level.
he didn't feel so lucky that day.
They're slow to level. It's just like you
Yeah,
get
because
whatever
you gotta,
they give you, but it's not much.
you gotta pay money for those PNGs. I tell you what.
I swear,
Uh,
right now I'm playing a gacha for Pokemon that
you
the
gotta get off.
company themselves don't know. Now tell
so
me,
it's an so it's an unofficial gotcha
yes,
Pokemon game.
yes.
Oh
Now
god.
tell me, why the hell do the animations look so much better than any mainline Pokemon game right now?
Because because you see, the answer to your question is, with absolute certainty, it's um um this stream is sponsored by the Pokemon Company.
Because I swear, literally, let me describe to you one special move that happens in this gacha game.
All
I
right,
I recently
enlighten me.
got a kind of like a give me type of character where they always give you like a one rare character. They gave me Mew after collecting
Ooh.
a certain amount of whatever I needed to. I got Mew. The special effect, because every Pokemon has like a special ultimate move. The special move for Mew was he flies around in this cinematic way, covers the whole screen with his body, and while he's doing that, it fades to the universe itself, and then he goes into that, disappears in it, uh, in a galactic image of Mew, like like how the what's that one famous picture for space, like the hand of God. Have you heard of that one?
No, but I get the idea. It's a
Just
very cosmic force.
yeah, it's a cosmic force. You see Mew literally cosmically in there and creates a black hole and like does a bunch of damage. Now try to do that with the mainline Pokemon games. Ah yes, Mew goes up and down the X, Y, Z axis. There you go.
Look, look. The Nintendo Switch can only do so much. Sure, it could run the Mortal Kombat games at 60 frames per second at the cost of visual fidelity, but it can't run a Pokemon game. That's just too much to ask. A few comments I want to highlight. First off, Ghetto says, I get it. If I go to a soul food place, which I'm not because his grandma loves him.
Hell
for
yeah.
him. Good. I'd be bothered if there were no black people at all in the place. That's not.
It's just a
He's
red
not.
flag.
He's not racist. He is just prejudiced.
It's just literally a red flag where you're like,
Yeah, you gotta have some people or you gotta have some people that give you peace of mind to think, okay, these folks look like know what they're doing.
yeah.
Gatto, he comments on the raid thing. He says, bruh, they pay a shit ton for the sponsor. If you did a raid sponsor, nobody will think less of you except for Johnny.
Well, the thing is, it's not about, and I'm not worried about anyone thinking less of me. It's more like
It's
it's
not about the money, Gatto.
it's literally just me going. If I want to 100% support something, well, if I want to support something, I want to support something I actually enjoy, and not just say something from a script. I don't know. That might change if I ever see money in front of me. That might change. I might whore myself out with it, but oh well.
With Jack see them zeros, boy. He gonna be like, "Shoo, I don't have to go. Shoo, I can pay for my education with the check." And all he has to say is, "Click the link in the description below and join my raid group today."
Hell yeah! And then also join my OnlyFans.
That's gonna be a trip. Because then you get to collaborate with Virgo and Ghetto and their OnlyFans.
No, they're only bros.
Yes, their new startup. It's a place where bros go to support each other. With the only rule is no women allowed. Think of it as a digital men's club. If if they even if they take a hint of feminine energy, you are blocked on sight.
Well, I guess I'm blocked because apparently, again,
No,
going back to the
you're the
start.
you're the exception to the rule.
Okay, thank God.
It's yeah, because you're one of the founders. You, you got to be there. Oh no, you're an investor.
Yes,
An
I'm the
investor
invest. I
with
I
all
have
that
the
capital
founder
you have.
badge. I have the arbitrary founder badge.
You're a founder. Blue says, "Dang, it's alright, Blue." There's tons of you can. There's always Reddit. I'm sure you'll feel at home with Reddit.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, by the way, Jack, I have a gut feeling you haven't
Hmm.
probably haven't picked up Street Fighter 6 in a while. Am I correct?
No, I have picked it up recently.
Okay.
Just to kind of make sure I don't forget my DJ. But
Uh,
I've been neglecting uh Rashid.
well, listen, where was I going? Okay. I haven't tried him enough. He seems okay, but I do love the fact to give. I saw this on Twitter about weeks ago that with Manon's twirl, you know
Hmm.
how like it has a a hitbox. So if someone if someone gets gets touched by it, it goes into a grab animation. Well, I apparently if you do Rashid's what's that one where he like launches a flying kick or in the air? Was it Eagle Spike?
Launches a kick to the air.
Or like
Oh. Yeah, yeah. No,
I forget
no.
what's
Eagle Spike is horizontal.
well whichever the one where he does like a flying kick.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, if you time it just right, you can do Manon's twirl, and that and even if and that will actually catch Rashid as he does that attack.
Really?
But you gotta time it right.
That is hilarious. That is so funny.
Yes, it's. I saw that. I was like, "Yo, we got some tech."
Oh,
Oh, because of the few Rashids I fought online, they do the thing of they're all over the place and they'll try to trap me with that tornado when I'm in the corner, and I'm like, damn it, I can't get out of here.
the few Rashids I fought, It was actually very few. They 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 just don't. They never had a chance to like kind of delve deep into their fight because they would either lose completely and then leave, or actually, yeah, that's about it. I didn't even see anything else.
Ooh, Blue. Ooh, there's a joke. Blue share. She says, reminds me of a joke I heard. We should make a club for gals and gays only. We'll call it the G spot. So the straight guys will never find it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
And
Oh yeah, I
speaking of
bring up
Street
Street
Fighter,
Fighter. Hold on. Hold
mhm.
on. I bring up. Uh, that wasn't what I wanted to share. I brought up Street Fighter 6 uh because the fact that with at least with Manon, I am almost there. I'm at like 5-star gold, and just a few more fights, and I can make it to platinum. And once I do, I already know the next character I want to try out, and and apparently because tiers, people care about tiers, at least the
Mhm.
competitive people. I'm going to do the logical decision, and after I get platinum with Manon, I'm going to then learn how to do Dalsim.
That'll be an interesting thing to see.
So just for the sole fact, just for the sole fact to play I want to play Dalsim because I just love the fact that if I time those teleports correct, like if someone tries to grab me, do a teleport, they whiff, and just that's a free combo right there, Jack. And it makes you look so smart, so smooth. So I'm like, whoop, and there you go, you idiot. But also just a lot of keep away stuff, and I want to see if what this guy can do, because even though from what I've seen, he's like pretty bottom tier compared to the rest of the cast. I want to see what I can if I have the gumption, the tenacity, the willpower to get him to the top.
My favorite clip of Dulcim was a mirror match, and it was a short 10-second clip. They both barely started the round. They go up in the air, float there, and both of them at the same time teleported. And with that happening, they just basically switch sides. So you both of them, you see them up in the air, phase in, and it would look like as if they didn't move, but no, they actually switched places. Like, oh, great mind things, great minds think alike, I guess.
That's funny. That's funny. And yes, Johnny, you can still zone. So the good news, next time if I make it to that point, you won't have to see uh me using another grappler. I'll use someone else.
Oh,
Ghetto says, I'm still
hmm
trying to scrub it up with Marissa. I'm doing casual match till he feels ready to attempt a rank up. Well, I haven't counted a lot of Marissas. I think so far in my journey, she was kind of a problem in the beginning, but after a while, I feel comfortable that if I see a Marissa player, I'm like, all right, I got a few tricks up my sleeve.
I was like, all right,
I can
easy
deal
dub,
with this.
easy win.
Well, not easy win, but more like, all right, I feel confident in this match. There's no such thing as an easy win for the most
For me,
part.
that's with Zangief. Literally, I don't know why. What's with Platinum Zangief, but it's Platinum Zangief. They just walk to you, and sure that works with almost everyone else except for my DJ. Because when they walk to me, the first thing I do is a Sobot kick, and then they keep walking again. So I do another Sobot kick, and since they're only holding forward, they're not blocking. So eventually, I just chip them away by that mid-range fight.
Well, man, that's a smart thing to do. Keep that Geef at bay because he just needs just one grab, and then all that work will be for nothing.
Oh, and my favorite thing is when they do the cheesy thing of like, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I thought it was a bug from 4, but apparently it's a feature. It's a feature where he does a kick like a knee, and then he can grab, and his grab is extended range. I don't know if you've
Is
seen
it
it.
the knee? Is that the one where he kind of does like a little hop with the knee?
Yes, yes,
Okay, yeah, that's his medium command normal. So I know exactly which attack that is.
yeah. So basically, that he does that, and for some reason, it extends his range on his grab. So anytime I see that knee, I just neutral jump, and they expect me to be holding back. So when they automatically do their grab, they're just like, oh, and I'm like, you're gonna feel the rhythm now.
Feel the rhythm, man. Gonna make the bumper clock.
But either way,
I mean,
I don't know if you remember this, but did you ever see the fake patch notes video I sent on your Discord?
I don't remember anymore.
Let me see. I wanna I wanna watch it just because it's a funny ass thing, especially the one with Zangief. The
Why
clip with Zangief is hilarious.
While looking that up, get as a question. He says unrelated, but have you guys seen the Godzilla -1 trailer? I have not yet, but I obviously I'm definitely interested in watching the movie. I am uh let's see let's see what was I going to say?
Hmm.
I need to know when if that's coming out in America because I saw a release date, but I don't know if that's the Japan release date or if that's an international release date. So unless Ghetto, you can tell me right away. Um, I'll just look it up myself and see when that movie's coming out because you know it'll be something. It'll be interesting to see a Godzilla film that's set in the time period he originally came from. I will get it months later. Okay. And hopefully and also hopefully it doesn't go to the Funimation people, not be only because they didn't do a per se a bad job when they brought over Shin Godzilla. I just don't want Funimation to get business. That's about it. Let some other company deal with the international release of that movie.
I sent the video through the sources. Maybe the thumbnail might remind you. If it does, then I'll skip over to what I'm gonna be talking about.
Uh, nah, nothing goes back to me. But you know, we'll watch the part where you need me to go. So what's the time?
Okay. I mean, the whole thing's pretty funny. It's like 5 minutes, but the part where we're gonna watch is in it's at 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna skip over there.
And let me go ahead and show this. Actually, I need to look at I need to fix the. Don't be afraid, guys. Don't be afraid. Just a window.
Oh,
There we go. The window.
to the wall.
I'm not. I don't remember the exact lyrics.
Neither do I.
Okay, there
But
we go.
But
Close enough.
Blue knows them. Blue knows them. She's always talking how much she loves the hip hop.
All right.
She can't stop talking about Rem DMC.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1, play.
Minor buff to his command throw.
Minor buff.
Oh my god, that one.
That.
Oh my god. You know what's funny, Jack?
What?
That last movie did where he goes the opposite direction. I
Mm-hmm.
kid you not, that's like a move like that's something out of Mortal Kombat of those shenanigans. I like Scorpion, he has a move where he goes behind you and he looks like he goes off screen and he goes behind you and he does and at least in Mortal Kombat X, he does a
Mm-hmm.
punch and what it does that if it connects it sets up it launches you in the air pretty much allowing you to set up your various combos to do to juggle your opponent before you hit the ground. And another character named Rain, he's a bit different where he has a move. He has a kick that if he kicks you, he launches you to the opposite side of the screen. Oh my god, right there. And keep in mind those moves were fair enough to be used as moves from Mortal Kombat. And like in this video, it seemed as like something as like a as a joke, but for Mortal Kombat it's like, nah, like half the cast can just do stuff off screen.
But I just love it. Imagine, I kind of want to show this. If it didn't say fake patch notes, I would have loved to show this to someone and be like, look what they did with Zangief, and then just have him have stretchy arms to grab someone.
Oh, also, we were joking about Blue, but she actually does know the songs, the words of the song you're talking about, because she saw Sandra Bullock singing
Oh
around.
my god.
Oh, I remember Sandra Bullock. I
No.
remember her. Well, you don't remember most things, but I remember her. I too remember being with my mom during my early years and having nothing else to do, so I would watch Miss Congeniality with her. Any Miss Congeniality fans in the chat?
You're speaking
also-
words, and I don't know the answer.
The answer is you need to watch more Meg Ryan movies. You gotta step up your rom-com game and your dramas.
I only know rom-com comics. That's it.
Blue says
ask me for a
that's
webtoon, and I'll give it to you.
Blue said that's not how you say that word. Oh, I can do this. I can do this.
You can do
Okay.
this.
Congeniality. There we go. Miss Congeniality. Ugh. Congeniality. There we go. I can do it.
Oh wait, is this
Alright.
the proper one? Let's find out if this is the proper sound effect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, there
Thank
you
you.
go.
I didn't. However, I have not seen Miss Congeniality 2. I don't know how good that one is. There was also 28. Was it? I think it's called 28 Days. The one where she plays an alcoholic. I didn't understand that one as a kid for obvious reasons, but I just remember that my folks had the copy of the movie on VHS.
Remember those days? VHS. Ah, yes, good times.
Oh yes, I too remember the early 2000s. Oh, speaking of the early 2000s, Jack. Jack, I went through my own memory lane, and okay, a few moons ago, a few moons ago, I found myself watching some videos by a a very well known uh game YouTuber, or at least within like around big around the like Nintendo circles, called Scott the Woz. And I was watching one of his videos where he talks about the games he got as a kid, and you know and one of the running gags in that video was that throughout the years, even as he got older, he kept just getting SpongeBob games, even if uh he would not like last year's SpongeBob game. He always gave the next year's SpongeBob's game a chance, and he did this for like 10 years. And so one of the things he joked about at the end of the video was that it's kind of surprising how much I love video games. When I look back, most of the games I had as a kid were absolute pieces of crap. And like, and he would, and then made me then remember, oh, you know what? When I think about it, there's only a few like really good games that I own as a kid, and I try to remember, well, like, what are all those like licensed games that I either played or owned? And I kept thinking making a tweet about it, but honestly, it's too much effort for something that's just a short memory lane. I always mention it here. So if anyone can relate, let me know if you play these movie license games or licensed games when you were a kid in the early 2000s. So first one, earliest one I remember is would have to be the the game for the first Spider-Man movie. Do you remember that game, Jack?
Ooh, vaguely. Yeah,
Yes.
I remember seeing it, but I never was able to play it.
I never owned it, but when I would visit my cousin's house, they had the game, and I remember playing it and not getting very far. I literally, I would literally die every time I try to fight Uncle Ben's killer.
Really?
Yep, and even when I did finally beat him, which was literally the second level, I had a hard time fighting against Green Goblin. So as far as my memory of that game, because I was so young, I never got to actually get to be Spider-Man proper. You know, put the suit on. I was always Peter when he had that that homemade suit he had in the first movie.
Man, you would have
I
had a
was
tough time fighting Macho Man.
actually I think just for uh probably legal
Oh,
reasons they didn't they the wrestler they did not model him after Macho Man. He looked like a generic wrestler.
okay, I see, I see. Yeah, you know
And
that was a nerf that they had to do because if not, he would have beaten you in those 3 minutes.
Blue asks, was that the Spyro game on the first PlayStation? No, actually not. So the game the game based on the first movie that was on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube. The one you're talking about, Blue, that's I did play that one. That technically is a licensed game. I played it on an old PC, and which I still have the disc for, and Ghetto played it as well, and they actually are related because the game based on the first movie and that PlayStation Spider-Man game were actually developed by the same team and published by the same company and use the same game engine to run it. Which, if you don't know, fun fact, Jack, for that PlayStation One Spider-Man game, they
Hmm.
that game was made using the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game engine.
Really? Oh, that's
Yep.
interesting.
Yep, and they use that because the dev team who made the Spider-Man game, they made the Tony Hawk games, Neversoft.
Oh yeah, man, I miss Neversoft.
Yep, right before they were bought out and sucked into the EA machine.
I
And
swear, EA just ruins so many companies.
they do. And also, I second Blue's comment. I can't say that word, but Blue, you are as they say, a real OG. If you play that game, you're a real OG, Blue. Wear it with pride. Moving on. So at that, one of the I did own one SpongeBob game, and it was the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game. I owned that one, and I beat it. And at the time, it was neat. I enjoyed it, but there's nothing really much more to say other than it was as far as I remember, it wasn't like a bad game. It was an okay game.
You know, I just remembered something from you talking about memory lane. Did you ever own a plug and play?
Yes, but somehow I never actually asked for one. They were just given to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's usually the case. That it just ends up appearing in your inventory somehow. My dad usually just never. I never asked him for any. My dad just goes, "Hey, I got you a game from the flea market," and then I vaguely remember a plug and play for
Now,
the Ninja Turtles.
now, Now, the one you got in the flea market, did it actually have, for when you remember, did it actually have like legit games, or were they all pretty much just like trashy, poorly made games?
Both. It's a flea market. It would have both. You
You're
would
right.
have
You're
the
right.
one guy that's actually you would have the one person that's actually very into games and make their own little equivalent at that time GameStop when it was at its peak, and or you would have the old dude that kind of has a CRT TV plugged into the wall with a 1,000 game
Ah, yeah.
cartridge.
those things. And the thing they always show is Super Mario Brothers because everyone knows Super Mario Brothers.
Exactly. So,
I actually had one of those when I was very little, and I didn't know at the time, but that little plug and play machine, that was my first exposure
mhm.
to Contra and my first exposure to what I would learn eventually. What is a it's Max over here, he would get it, but Geta will get it. That was my first exposure to a little manga slash anime series called Kinniku Man, or localized here in the US, Ultimate Muscle. Because despite that series only having one of its animes brought over to the West, dubbed in English by 4Kids no less, in the 2000s, they did bring over one game, an NES game of Kinniku Man, and that was the one I played and never had a clue how to play it. And then but it stuck to my head because of the designs of those characters. That when I saw the the Ultimate Muscle anime, and when I start learning more about that series in general, that's when I connected the dots and realized that that old wrestling game I had in my little plug and play was in fact a Ultimate Muscle game.
ooh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, that things that connect the dots. All right. Oh, but okay. Here's one of the most or
Mhm.
interesting licensed games I got. So, for some reason, I also had. You ready for this, Jack?
Tell me, hit
I
me
al-
with this.
I I also had the Ratatouille game.
Huh? I forgot that they made a game.
You ever play the Ratatouille game?
What did you do in that game?
So that it was actually a proper 3D platforming
Okay.
game with some essentially with some mini games sprinkled in. And I don't know why, but I guess I was so infatuated with that movie when it came out that I wanted the game. And so I mean, you could only do so much on making a video game based on a rat wanting to be a chef. So that's probably one of the games that if I've probably try to play it now, it'll be like, how the heck did I ever enjoy this? That's probably I'm betting my horse that's probably the one game in my GameCube collection that didn't hold up.
I own the Kung Fu Panda game.
For 360.
Mhm.
Now
It
here's
came
a
with it.
question: I knew it? I
Yep.
knew it. I was gonna
Yep.
ask. It was so you got in a bundle.
Yep. Yep. It was in almost every single bundle in Walmart. I remember
Oh,
that time. I had an Xbox 360. My brother gave me an Xbox 360 Elite, and with it, it came with Kung Fu Panda.
oh, hold on. Blue has a story to share. He says, I love the Tony Hawk games. I went to a competition hosted by a local GameStop and I won because I was the only one in the 7-year-old girl division.
Hell yeah!
Hey, a dub's a dub.
Win by
Uh, she
default.
she continues. I gave the tech deck I won to one of the boys that came in fourth and didn't get one because he did way better than me. So I didn't think it was fair.
Oh,
You know, Jack, put the claps thing. Put the claps.
hold
That's
on.
that's a real sportsmanship right there. That's for you, Blue. Let's see. And oh, Ghetto also he informs me that in the 80s they brought over small rubber figurines, but they were rebranded as Muscle, Muscle. That's so then that probably what Kinnikuman was rebranded as, which makes sense since Kinnikuman literally translates to Muscle Man. So I get that. So I get it. Okay. So uh, now, Jack, do you want to hear what's actually one of the more surprisingly good licensed games I own that I actually put a lot of hours in?
Which one?
Do you remember the movie Surfs Up?
Oh, vaguely, but yeah, yeah.
For those who don't remember, Surfs Up was a 2006, I want to say, animated movie by Sony about surfing penguins, with the main character being voiced by Shia LaBeouf. Uh, I remember enjoying it at the time. Don't know how it holds up. It strangely got a sequel many years later, but had nothing to do with surfing, uh and it was strangely produced by the WWE for some reason. I don't know why. But that first Surf's Up movie was pretty interesting because even though it was marketed as a kids movie, it wasn't entirely a kids movie, and uh and and at the time, it actually was probably one of the few animated films or TV shows I know that tried to they tried to stage the movie like a documentary.
Mhm.
So it wasn't in a way film like a traditional animated movie. They m- they I get they filmed the stories, so to speak, in a way that you're looking at through a cameraman's lens, and you're viewing these intimate moments as an outsider, and there's interviews and so forth, which I thought was pretty interesting. Now, I bring Surfs up because one of my grandmother from my dad's side of the family, one year she gifted two games for me and my sister. My sister got the Happy Feet game for the Wii. I tried it; it's trash. Ignore it. But I
Oh.
got the Surfs Up game, and I kid you not, I got so engulfed in that game because a it was just a really good surfing game. It really was. All the characters played uniquely, at least from what I remember at the time, and it actually had like a full like licensed soundtrack, like from like they had actual songs from bands in its soundtrack. And just found myself like, of all the games to play on my Wii, it was Surf's Up that I put a lot of time into. Probably right up there with Super Smash Brothers Brawl and the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Man, I wish I could do that. All I ended up putting my hours on was Wii Sports because that was the only thing I owned.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah, we all know your tragic story of your tragic story of the Wii.
became a door stopper.
Oh, Blue says, tangentially related, but have you guys seen Surf Ninjas? Because I feel like if you haven't, you need to. I know what it is, and I didn't even know that it stars Ernie Reyes Jr., AKA the little kid from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secrets of the Ooze. And Blue, I don't know if I should watch Surf Ninjas. I don't know. I don't. You know what? I don't think I will, Blue. I don't think I will.
No, no,
From the
no, I don't
from
think
the
I
few
will.
from the few clips I've seen, uh, it's a movie of its time. That's the best thing I can describe. It's a movie of its time. uh, I'll go close off the segment because there's tons of more licensed games that I've played. Like there was, uh, Ultimate Spider-Man. There was Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Spider-Man 3 on the Wii. There was just and probably many more that I am not remembering at the moment. Oh, I even have the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets game for the GameCube.
Ooh.
But uh, but I was thinking about that because it was just kind of one of those things that when you look back, those movie licensed games as probably, when you really think about it, yes, I remember at the time those type of games and that trend of games was rightfully lambasted at the time, and how there was a waste of money, they were usually poorly made, and the developments were rushed, and especially since there was, especially with SpongeBob's case, THQ literally would pump out a SpongeBob game a year. So you can imagine how fast those development cycles are.
Mhm.
And then when you come to now, obviously, if there is a game that is licensed, it's much more different. like a Spider-Man game made in that era, it will not have the same resources and time as the latest Spider-Man game from Insomniac. And 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 most of what would be those kind of trashy shovelware games based on movies, they've either just stopped doing that, or they made a living just being quick mobile games on your phone. And I don't miss that part of gaming, but it's something I do remember, and it's something that when you want to like, if you were to describe, if someone told you how were video games when you grew up, that's like an aspect you would have to bring up, because for many people our age, sure there was tons of great games, but not all of us played Soul Calibur 2. Not all of us were there to play the Metal Gear Solid games, especially when we were just kids. We're unless we already had someone with us, like an uncle or an older sibling that introduced that stuff to us at that time. Like kids, we're gonna go play things that appeal to us.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna, I would look at that GameCube section, and there's and well, not only Soul Calibur 2 as an example because I did get it, but just as an example, there would be, oh look, there's a Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and there's Metroid Prime. I want the SpongeBob game. Oh, and
Yeah.
only and all because as a kid you recognize SpongeBob, you like SpongeBob, you don't know what a Metroid is, and Zelda, you're like, isn't that person for Smash Brothers? So it just is. So watching that Scott the Woz video just kind of had me that nostalgia trip. And while I definitely did not play as many licensed games that he did, heck, I didn't own as much games as that guy did, even at the time. You know, at most I would get 2 games a year, birthday and Christmas. But it certainly is a way to look back and see how your tastes change as you kept getting older. And definitely for both of us, by the time that the 360, PS3, and Wii era came in, that's probably when video games for us. That's when we started to take it. I guess like one could say a bit more seriously, but that was definitely a time where we were really figuring out what we actually like to play, and because of that specific era, that's what influenced the type of games we play today. If I if I didn't have Tatsunoko versus Capcom on my Wii, I probably wouldn't be playing Street Fighter 6 today. Uh, Jack, if you let's see, I guess an example for you, if you
Oh,
didn't have
wait,
Halo,
hold.
well, actually, no, you
There.
go, Jack. You have an example. You give one.
No, sorry. For some reason, I was about to stop you because of something funky happened with the OBS.
Oh
I was
boy.
seeing your voice moving the audio mixer, and then it froze, and I was freaking out. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, you give an example. Like, what's a game that you know for sure that if you didn't play that game at that time, you wouldn't be playing those type of games nowadays because you enjoy them so much.
For me, let's see. Thinking back, to be honest, it was Street Fighter. It was literally Street Fighter because I if I didn't play Street Fighter Third Strike with my brother, and I didn't have those memories of him. Well, of course, he was begrudgingly to him because the whole dynamic of big brother and little brother and mom having, you need to take out your brother. I digress. Uh, Begrudgingly to him, if he didn't take me with him to his matches of Street Fighter with his friends playing Third Strike, having the time of his life. Me trying my best, but of course, everyone going easy on me, but still not exactly winning. I would have never played a Street Fighter game at all. I would have never invested so much of my time in Street Fighter 4. Even though my brother didn't like the game, I loved it. For what it was, I loved it.
Kato gives his own example. He says, if it wasn't for anime fighting games like the Naruto Ultimate Ninja games and Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, he also wouldn't be playing fighting games at all. And and dang, I almost forgot. Those are also licensed games. I also remember playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 and 2. I never played the Tenkaichi games. For some reason, they never came to GameCube. And I did play some Naruto games, Naruto Clash of Ninja 1 and 2, which definitely which those games probably helped me get a taste to enjoy fighting games. But no, but other genres as well with platform games like Mario Sunshine was a big influence on me in that regard. Uh, the Sonic games, Sonic Heroes, definitely Sonic Heroes and Sonic Adventure 2. Like those were my Sonic games, and to a lesser extent Sonic Advance. But my time with that game was very short since I literally lost that game somehow. And look, as a kid, the last thing you want to trust with me is a Game Boy or with anything Game Boy related, because I guarantee you I somehow would have lost it.
You know, the one thing that I always have fond memories of is literally out of nowhere. This was when I think I was like as a kid, I didn't really get games that often. Not even one a year. At most, it would be like one every other year on a good moment. Literally out of nowhere, one day, whenever I was with my dad, we always loved going to the flea market every Saturday. Uh, and this one, Hack, you may know where it's at. Uh, this was near one of the This was where the HEB used to be. You know that one flea market that's indoors there.
Is is that the one? See, I'm trying my best not to give too much. Is that the one? Is that the flea market that's nearby where I used to live?
Yes,
Okay, I know exactly
not
which one
the
you're talking
outside
about.
one, not the one that's
Right.
like all tents, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The indoor one.
yeah.
Okay, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
So we always went there or the other flea market depending on the day. This time we went to that one, and out of nowhere in the corner, literally where we start, where the entrance is at, there was a new store set up. And you know how it is. Stores come and go in those flea markets. This one was one filled with games. Filled with video games. And of course, as a kid, I'm just like, oh, let me go over there. Let me see that. And the guy, I wish I could thank him for like all the memories he gave me because he had the craziest, and this is probably why he didn't stay there for longer, for a lot longer. But he had the craziest way to trade. Basically, his trading system was if you give him a game, he'll give you a game. Doesn't matter the pricing, doesn't matter what it's valued at. You give him a game, he'll give you a game, and you're now permanently kind of like a library. You're now able to trade games as much as you want since you as long as it has a sticker on it that says that it's his or from his so-called store. So I of course gave him Madden because I didn't like Madden. I got tired of it. And all the games that I tried were I never was able to play another Zelda game until that time, and I was able to play Wind Waker for a bit. I don't think I finished it. I was able to re-own Sunshine for a bit because of it. I don't know where that disc went the initial time when we had Sunshine, but it was I don't know what happened to it. I used it once, and then the next day it was not there. Uh, I tried out non-licensed games like one game called I think it was called Rogue Ops. it had such a generic story, but I still loved it. It's a female spy or some kind of agent, and she's trying to like basically usurp a whole cartel. And oh, that was actually the first time I was able to try out Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful. That game is beautiful.
That was that was the reason I was able to play Beautiful Joe and the spin-off, which is the party
That
game.
I think that was Red Hot Rumble.
Yes. I was able I loved the initial game so much that I was like, "Oh my god, is there another one?" And when I saw it was a party game, I still enjoyed it, but I was like thanks to that guy for having such an amazing trading system, I was able to enjoy so many new games. I'm just sad that the last time I went there so excited to like trade a game, it was gone.
Man. Yeah, and I share that same enthusiasm for Beautiful Joe because I actually owned that game as a kid. That was one of the few like you know triple S 5-star games I owned, but I didn't understand its value at the time. All I know was that the game looked cool, and there was a few and I was scared to play in front of my parent because it showed a girl with wearing tassels or pasties, I should say.
And you can never go wrong with the amazing iconic transformation line.
Hence you to go, baby.
And
I
then of
love it.
course you gotta do the sign
Yes,
itself.
yes, you gotta do the hand sign. And I went as a kid. I never beaten it because there's no way a little 10-year-old was ever gonna beat that game. That game like challenged you, and I was not up to the challenge.
I
It wasn't
I
until
I
many.
gave up
It
on
was.
that boss run.
You did. Yeah, they went farther than me. I gave up at the submarine level.
Really? Oh yeah, that was tough actually. Not gonna lie, that was tough.
Yeah, I just got lost and I didn't know how to progress, and so that's why I stopped all the time. It wasn't until many years later, and no, and this is after I sold everything from my GameCube games collection that I still regret to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And when my dad uh got me GameFly, at it is no longer the case anymore, but at that time you actually still could rent games from the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fortunate enough that on that day Beautiful Joe was available, and so as quick as I could, I rented that game, and many years later I was finally able to beat Beautiful Joe for the first time, and I just was so relieved that I could do it. And thankfully, while it'll probably be a long time since I'll ever own that game, at the very least nowadays, I at least have my own copy of Beautiful Joe 2. And I don't remember how I even got that game, but hey, I got it. It's with me, and I even have Jack. Do you in the first Beautiful Joe game? Do you remember the trailers for the game it advertised?
Very vaguely, but not really.
There was a trailer where it showed like this futuristic sci-fi looking woman, and she was like throwing these beams and blazers off her arms while she was dancing to a beat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you don't remember that, uh, first off, Ghetto, restart the clock. Mentioning product number 5. I remember seeing that trailer so many times as a kid when I would play Beautiful Joe and being like enthralled by it, but never knowing what the heck it was. I finally own the game now, and I can tell you, Jack,
Mm-hmm.
that's still even after playing it, it still doesn't make sense and it's still weird. But I would not be surprised if somehow that game walked. I would not be surprised if that game walks so Bayonetta could run. Oh man, I should probably
I
get
just wish there was
one.
another Beautiful Joe, to be honest.
Same, same. Especially, essentially now that um, Capcom has they have a team to make a Beautiful Joe game. You know, especially after how great they did Devil May Cry 5. You know, I don't want a Devil May Cry 6. I will love a Beautiful Joe 3.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it out there. Capcom, if you're listening, we want Joe. We want Joe.
We want Joe.
Want Joe. We
We
want
want
Joe.
Joe.
So, we'll end our memory lanes there. We'll end our down memory lanes here and just enjoy and enjoy the good memories that we have during our early years of playing video games. And I think actually I know what to consider, Jack. If you were
Hmm.
to ask me, what would you consider the last game of your childhood? If you were to ask me that, I honestly, funny enough, it probably would have been about 11 years ago, in which the last game I would say that was a part of my childhood in a way, it would probably have to be the first Xenoblade Chronicles, which,
Oh, okay.
hmm because that game came out in 2012, and even though I was already like a teenager at the time, uh, that was like that was the era of end of the childhood and the start of the teenage years, and Xenoblade Chronicles was that point. That was the point for me where I think that was like the first true game where it was one of those. This game is an investment. You're gonna put a lot of hours into it. You're gonna see a lot of numbers. You're gonna be a big story. Prior to Xenoblade, I dabbled a little bit of Chrono Trigger, but I didn't finish it. The most complex games plot wise was Zelda. So playing that first Xenoblade, it was actually helped me break into that RPG barrier and had me be able to play eh, more longer games with actual stories to tell, and uh it, and be willing to put a lot of time into understanding how the game works, mechanically wise. So that's Xenoblade. I would consider that's the game where the last game of my childhood, the one that transitioned me into the teen years.
Man, what was mine? Hmm. You would think that the obvious answer would be Halo, but not really. I really do feel like it was actually Beautiful Joe because that
Which
was the like not even joking. That was the one thing I remembered more from my teen, like early teen years that I played on the GameCube. Because after that, that's when I started playing more on the Xbox. Huh?
makes a lot.
Wow, that's
Yep.
deep.
All right then. I think it's about time that we start going to the going to our final, or not final. We start closing things off with cl- closing off the show. First, a little clap for everyone. We made it to another episode, end of the episode. And Jack, please go ahead, tell me, what do you have to announce till the next episode of the Hack Jack Show?
So everything is going by smoothly, and finally, you know what? Actually, I'm afraid I might jinx it, so I'm gonna skip over that part. But just know that you hopefully there'll be upgrades soon to my stream for the overlays. I know I told Hack about it a long while, and I'm still waiting for it. But yeah, it's getting there. Literally, it's actually getting there. Other
Jack,
than that,
Jack's about
mhm.
to glow up.
Well, not me personally, but the at least the overlays.
It's the same thing. Just accept it. He's
No,
gonna get a he's
you
gonna
just
get a glow up.
no, you just gotta be careful because sometimes when it comes to VTubers, people are gonna think, "Oh, is he going 3D?" I do not have the money for that yet. Nope,
Well,
I spent it all on a controller.
it's still it's the next stage. All
We're
right,
getting there.
all right.
I
What's
spent all
next?
my money on a controller. Yeah. Hey, it was a very good investment because I actually, uh, so Thursday, Friday, gonna have the same old usual times for my streams. Although I am gonna reincorporate Guilty Gear because I actually want to try out Guilty Gear with that controller to see how well I use. Because if you don't know, Hack, I actually played Guilty Gear mainly on my Xbox 360 controller, but a very specific one because the D-pad was so good for it.
And obviously, you're gonna be playing Potemkin, right? The best character in the game, right? Right?
No grapplers for me.
No, just dolphins.
Yeah, yeah, Tatsugeki. That and Jacko pose.
Ah, God. Well, good luck. Well, gosh, you love characters that love to do goofy shenanigans and setups. My
I
God.
don't know why. You know, I used to be very simple. I used to be a simple man. I used to just go kick things, fireballs, and that's it. Be just a good old Ken player. Now I'm like, nah. The character has to be technical. If it's not technical, I don't want it.
Now
No
you,
feints. Nope, I
now
don't
you,
want it.
now you goofy. Now you goofy.
You're like, it doesn't have feints. I'm sorry, not my DJ.
Every 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 time Jack wins a match, he goes yours.
But yeah,
All
I'll
right.
be reintroducing a bunch of other fighting games, so I might be a getting leaning more into fighting games now.
Yay! They can finally play Mortal Kombat. No, that's never gonna happen.
I don't know. Johnny's been putting a case for me for this new Mortal Kombat because he just really wants me to see Johnny Cage.
As our friend or the character.
Both.
Well, don't let him peer pressure you. Remember, there's a reason why he made himself that. I think he might be biased.
Hey, I'm just waiting for the reviews, and if they have reviews mainly pertaining you, if you say nah, don't do it, man, then
Uh,
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to play it. A little bit is because of money, but mostly is because never trust PC ports of NetherRealm games, and I don't have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, and I'm not sure how well that game's gonna run on a Switch.
Oh, ooh,
But we'll, yeah, like freaking Mortal Kombat, like 11 and 1 are on Switch.
that is so weird.
Yes, and said and I mentioned this a little bit before. It does not look good, but it runs smooth. Take that what you will.
It's like when someone says, "Hey, I really want Batman, so let me get it on the Wii."
I mean, that's what I did. I got
Exactly.
my
That
my
was the
first my first
exactly.
Arkham my first Arkham experience was Arkham City on the Wii U.
Exactly. It was a jab at you.
Hey,
Because
same thing for my first Tekken game.
there's gonna be some people. There's some people right now living the hack life where they're like, man, I really, really, really want to play Persona 5. Let me get it on the Switch.
You know what? In that case, that's fine because it's not like Persona, some graphically intense game. So
It
that's
kind of
fine.
looks scuffed on the Switch. Not gonna lie.
Well, that's that's what
And
you get when.
supposedly there's like things popping in and out when it comes to Switch.
Well, if it looks scuffed on Switch, I can't imagine how the PS3 version looks.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, which funny enough, that game was supposed to originally be on PS3. So,
Oof.
yep. Anyways, is that all you got to announce?
Yes.
All right. As far as what I have to announce, I will be continuing my playthrough of Devil May Cry 3 on Friday evenings. I have no set times. It's pretty much when when I'm available to, but it'll always be at night. So look forward to that. Uh, small progress on my Saint Seiya video, but nothing too much to share. So again, still working on that behind the scenes, and that's fortunately that's really all it as far as announcements. I think this year in particular, my uh it has been a really it's been really challenging for me to actually give you guys a lot of content on the YouTube and just mostly just due to life and how much that's kicking me in the rear end lately. So hopefully when things stop being so hectic in my personal life, that will allow me give the time and effort to actually make content for you guys. Not because I owe it to you, but because I generally enjoy making all that stuff, recording, writing these scripts and everything. And but they do take a lot of time and a lot of patience, which is something that I am feel like I'm losing every day. Nevertheless, do look forward to Devil May Cry 3 on Friday, and as always, Saint Seiya video will uh, is still in development. All right, and with all of that said, thank you everyone for watching episode 161 of the Hack Jack Show, and we will see you guys next time.
All right. This is Hack and Jack signing off.
Peace.